Top of the morning, evening, night, or day, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, here today on behalf of Well Prepared Men. And in today's video, we're going to unbox a watch. So if that sounds right up your alley, don't forget to stay up until the very end. Roll the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, and the following video is for subscribed devices only.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I believe the majority of you are guys, but welcome anyway. Over the last couple of weeks, I had this feeling where I wanted to limit my watch collection because I always felt like it was getting out of control. And that feeling was draining or taking away the excitement is a better description of what I was feeling. So instead of limiting my watch collection, I realized that I like watches. I want to collect watches. I have this certain idea in my head that I'd like to live out at some point. And I understood that I want to enjoy that feeling throughout the duration of the journey. I don't want to be causing resistance, if that makes sense. So on that note, I bought another watch. This here is a very beautiful Seiko that I found in Italy. It's also the last quartz watch that I think I will buy. But this is such a cool watch that I don't mind if it's quartz, if it's I don't mind it being quartz. So, without any delays, we're gonna open this up because I'm very curious to see this in person. Alright guys, I'm gonna flip the camera so you guys can see this as well as I can. This is gonna be an exciting moment and I wanna remember it. Okay guys, this is what we're dealing with. It's inside a regatini box. You can tell that this came from Italy, man. The watch in question, I found it in Torino, Italy, and yeah, it comes in a pasta box. It did a lot of kilometers across Europe, so I'm happy that the watch was surrounded by so much stuff and no damage could occur. This, I believe, is the final layer. After that, I will be able to show you guys the watch finally. I like these unboxings because the things will arrive intact. There won't be any damage. You know what I mean? One of the coolest Seikos I have seen online. And maybe in person. This right here, guys, is a Seiko SQ100. It's very elegant, man. It's way thinner than I thought it was. And it really reminds me of an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Well, depending on your perspective, you might see this in one of two ways. Either the broke man's Royal Oak or the wise man's Royal Oak. It all depends on your perspective. It's running out of battery, as you can see by the tick. But my Timex Q does that when it's running out of battery. But it was made by Seiko. It's got a quartz movement, 100 meters of water resistance, and the majority I've seen, they had more sides here. They didn't have 8 sides. I picked this particular one because it had the octagonal shape. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. It really reminds me of the Royal Oak, but at an affordable price tag. Personally, I picked this up for 100 euros and I'm super happy I did it, man. For starters, let's just talk a little bit about the bracelet. I normally don't go for silver watches, but we have these gold bits here on the side, which I think looks so freaking cool. Look at the way the light moves around here. How beautiful is that, man? Love it. So although this watch is silver, I really dig it. I really like this vibe. It looks thinner than I thought. The pictures made it look like a thicker watch. This is a quartz watch, so I wasn't expecting it to be too thick anyways. And I really like that it's slim because I slept with a watch last night and that was really comfortable. So I like this design. Like this watch is from the 80s and the bracelet is still in pretty good condition. Look at this, guys. I put it like this and the watch doesn't drop. You see? Perfection. This watch was made in 1982, I believe. Let's just confirm that real quick. So here we have the year, and here the second number is the month. So I know this watch is from the 80s because I spoke with the owner before buying it and we had that discussion. But this could either mean the watch is from 62, 72, 82, 92, 2002, 2012, or 2022. I know this particular model was made in the 80s, so this we can date it to 1982 August, which is the month I was born. I think that's really cool that I have a watch that was made on the same month I was born, although a fuckload of years earlier, but it's still cool. If you've never seen this sign here in Seiko's, this stands for Super Quartz. It's also here in the bracelet. Wait, this way. Seiko Super Quartz. It kind of reminds me of the Grand Seiko, and the font looks very similar. But it's not a Grand Seiko, obviously. It's a Seiko Super Quartz. The 100 here means that it's 100 meters of water resistance, which I think it's very, very cool. And one of my favorite things about this watch, besides the overall design, is the way the dial looks. I'm gonna try and zoom in so you guys can see this as well as I can. It's almost like a texturized white. I don't know how well the camera is able to pick this up, but this dial is almost like a snowflake looking texturized dial. It's very beautiful, but I don't think the camera is doing it justice. It's way easier to notice these details in person, but I wanted to share them with you. In case you're having a look at a similar watch, you know everything there is to know about it. So this doesn't have a screw-in crown. It's got a normal crown. It tells you the day and the date. And like I said, you either see this as the broke man's royal oak or the wise man's royal oak. Because the money he'd spend on a royal oak, he saved it. It's got these dots here so you can adjust the strap, make it shorter or longer without removing links, which I think is very nice of Seiko. And overall, I just can't believe I picked up this watch for 100 euros. I think it's a very beautiful watch, man. Very elegant. This is how the watch looks on my wrist, as you guys can see. Very beautiful. And I like it that it's way smaller than the G-Shock I had. I had a G-Shock Casio with a similar shape that was way bigger. And this is a more contained version. I think it's very, very elegant. And I actually prefer this to the Casio. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna call this the Seiko Oak, the true Seiko Oak. Because the modded ones, they're just a bunch of bullshit that people came up with in their homes. This is a genuine, factory-made Seiko Oak. Yeah, this is the true Seiko Oak, guys. This is it. Original Seiko, royal oak looking, and very cool, man. I can't get over how cool this silver watch is. And I'm not a fan of silver watches at all, but I'm still wearing this, and I have been wearing this since I opened the package yesterday. It's been a day. And something I love about this watch is how thin it is. So when I first saw this watch online, the pictures, it made it look a little bit chunkier because of how close they were taken. But it turns out this is a very slim, nice watch. And I really like that because last night I went to bed and I didn't even trade to the watch that I normally sleep with because it's thin. I kept this on and I still had a great night's sleep. Let's give it up for the Seiko Oak, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Seiko SQ100. And that pretty much brings us to the end of this video. I want to thank you for unboxing my Seiko Oak with me. I hope you have enjoyed checking out this watch. I think it's very, very beautiful in person. I keep spinning it to show you every single angle so you guys can make informed decisions in the future if you find this watch and are interested in buying it. So without any delays, I want to thank you for sticking with me up until the end. I'm gonna love you and leave you to have the rest of an amazing day. Peace! I'll see you on the next one.